What are red flags in a friendship most people brush away? When you hang out with them, it feels like you're defusing a bomb when there's nothing going on right then. Reading through this is making my heart sink with realization. Inability or unwillingness to apologize when he or she does something wrong. It is symptomatic of an ego issue that will eventually infect every aspect of your friendship. Continually feeling like you want to say something, but should hold your tongue. Always asking for favors, but never there when you need them to return one. Friends who gossip excessively. If they are talking about other people, chances are they are talking about you. Are good vibes on loyal friends. That mentality is fine to have with yourself, but you cannot force that on others. My best friend adopted this attitude, and from then on, whenever I would come to her for support or advice on an issue I was having, she would cut me off and say, "Adariara, good vibes only, remember?" Because I was bringing her down. I put up with it for a long time, because I thought she was right. That I was burdening her. But then I finally realized that is not how real friends act. They are supposed to support and help each other. Edit. Thank you for the silver. And many people are bringing up how some people set up boundaries because they are going through something themselves and cannot help someone else at the moment. Or that the person will only come to them for negative things. I completely agree. Neither extreme is a healthy friendship. Passive aggressive insults to other friends. You see you got a private message from them and your gut reaction is to start getting nervous or anxious. What is it this time? They only talk to you when all of their other friends are gone. Friends that do not let you have any other friends and require 100% of your time when they cannot give you the same. Friends who are always happy to talk about themselves but never once ask you how you're doing or anything engaging you to talk about yourself. They call you only when they need you. Reading these comments are helping to calm my anxieties about whether or not I'm a good friend. So thanks for that y'all. Olpa friends. Being dismissive of all your interests and achievements. Meanwhile everything they do, no matter how mundane, is amazing. My best friend in high school once specifically requested for me to post a picture of us for National Best Friend Day, or some similar holiday. I asked if Shenna would be posting a picture of us too. Adarino, I have a lot of best friends, but I am your main best friend, so you should post a picture of us. Oh was her response. The next couple years were full of backstabbing and gaslighting, complete with occasional fallings out, until we finally stopped speaking. Looking back, I cannot believe I did not see it coming. Friends who are good to you when one-on-one, but constantly put you down in group settings. This is a big sign of insecurity/jealousy. Other signs: inappropriate attention-seeking behaviors, trying to twist the situation on you when confronted about things, not respecting your boundaries, is super friendly with new people, but in a disingenuous you wanna be like them or stow away. Constant gaslighting, getting mad at you for not going by the exact same moral playbook as them. When in group settings, they get really uncomfortable and try to change the subject or put you down extra if attention is on you. Acting they like, can take constructive feedback, but actually taking it out on you in small ways throughout the rest of the day. Edit. Thanks for all the upvotes and the silver. Wish you all the best of luck in ridding yourselves of toxic friendships. Do not go wasting your time on people who do not treat you with the respect you deserve. Really jealous and possessive friends. I'm a jealous person by nature, and even though my jealousy flares up when I see my friends hanging out with other people, I would never let them know. Why? Because I don't want them to feel bad about doing the things they love. Having a social life outside my little world. If a person tries to box you up because they want you all to themselves, it's not a proof of love or companionship. True love, in any kind of relationship like friends, family, lovers, is shown by respect and allowing the other person to have free will. When they push other people out of the friend group, it happened in my group, where there were 5 of us. She joined and basically bullied 3 out of the group. But it was not obvious bullying. A lot of things change. Next thing I know I am being treated like shit to the point I hate myself. Me and my friend managed to leave and make friends with the original 5 again. The one that kicked everyone out is very social and no one RLY likes her. BC Shela's not nice, but Shela's now found herself with no friends. I have got a friend who loves to talk about himself. Everything is always about him. So, when I am out with my friends and Hella's in our group, we created a game where you have to drink every time he starts a conversation about himself. It has made it a lot more tolerable. Edit, to those of you who think we do it behind his back. I never said we do. It is something when I've talked about with him plenty of times and Hella's aware of. Hella's not a bad guy at all. It is just how he is. He also does not mean anything bad by it. Hella's aware we do it. We are all just super close, so when I've just made a game out of it, and now he often catches himself doing it. Edit 2, yes. He will drink with us. As I mentioned, he now catches himself often, and will realize it, and be like shit, then we will all laugh and drink together. I am also not saying I am perfect. Far from it, and when I've got games and jokes about me as well. They never say anything supportive of you, but they will point of your flaws, and can't wait to burn you, because it's funny to them. And then the follow up of "you're too sensitive, it's just joking." They don't ask about you. They just turn every conversation about themselves. When you talk about exams, they don't ask you how you did, they just talk about themselves. When you talk about not sleeping well, they talk about how they didn't sleep. When you tell them you broke up with so they talk about their etc. Friends who constantly call you for advice but never take it and continue to involve you in their drama. If you're not going to make moves to improve your situation, stop asking me for help. When you cannot trust a damn word they say, or any promise they make to you, you know you don't have a good friend. Yeah, I'll glad do a favor for them, or help them out. But when you need something, they wanna do it, and act like you're ridiculous for asking. Also when friends don't respect boundaries. Friends that only care to talk about their own success, and aren't genuinely happy for you and yours unless it amounts to less than their own. If you think about them when you read this post. Friends that aren't happy for your success and happiness, but are very close when you're sad. When they pressure you to do things for them, or a certain way, and act like you were on board the whole time. Caution. They say they are holding you accountable to something you never wanted in the first place. Gaslighting. They take the high road when you get angry because they won't respect your boundaries. Play the victim. Seriously, please like and subscribe, and comment something nice for your favorite Reddit slave. Friends that constantly hit you. Friends that are a one-way street. I was always the one to message, call, or make plans with them. I was always the one to check up on them to see if they were okay. I always offered a helping hand and be there for them. I decided to stop to see if they would reach out to me, but we never spoke to me again. Oh, well. When you realize that you are more yourself when they are not around. Edit. Wow. Didn't expect my comment to get this much attention. And thanks for the silver. When they refuse to validate you / compliment you. When you tell them your accomplishment or something you're proud of, they reply with what they did to devalue your thing. I have friends like this, but it prevents them from being good friends. Having to censor yourself. I have friends with different religious / political beliefs that I think are absolutely insane. I don't endorse what they say, but I just keep my mouth shut. Because I know they wouldn't be okay with it, and the purpose of these friendships usually revolve around sports / music. This is subtle and a bit counterintuitive, but beware of the rescue. The person that is always rushing out to help and give everyone else their all, whether or not it is needed, or whether the recipient is comfortable with it. They are good people, very well intentioned, and saintly in their generosity with their time and energy. However, sometimes it goes to the extreme, and then it is more a symptom of a toxic cycle, where they only get meaning and self-worth when they are saving someone, or maybe they keep swooping into other PR planners' lives to fix things in hopes that someone will do the same for them. They may have good intentions, but they tend not to have good boundaries. They get over involved in your life, take on way too much, and make everyone's problems their own. They end up overwhelmed, mired in drama, and resentful. and then they become the martyr. The problem with being friends with this type of person is that you're not in an equal friendship where you like each other, enjoy spending time with each other, and when there happen to be downs, you support each other through them. It is more like you're a project. If you're as a project, and once you stop being a project, you're now support not just for them and their own problems, but part of the fire brigade for their other projects, which they have internalized as their own problems and drama. Someone who listens to gossip about you and doesn't shut it down. Having their damn phone in their face the whole time. If they do that, they don't want a friend. They want company. It is not the same. A friend of mine has been making fun of me for years. Just made fun of me whenever I did / said anything, even if I was serious. Didn't realize how much it's affected my self-esteem until I actually got really angry at her for something else and no longer considered her a friend. Also, she's mentally unstable. Now that's okay, and as her friends we want to help her with that, but she's not giving us a chance to do so. She just flips her shit and expects everyone to adapt to her. The real problem is that she hasn't changed. The same shit's been happening for years and she's apparently not trying to work on herself in that regard. Still expecting us to just accept whatever BS she throws at us. So fuck her. Conditional friendship. We're friends until I question you in the slightest way, and if I do, the relationship is tanked. Source: happened to me yesterday. Goodbye as fuck. They choose where and when to meet for plans without your input, then act entitled if you are busy or simply can't meet their demands. If you have had a friend for a long time, but you only seem to be able to talk about memories in the past each time you get together or exchange messages, it's remember in high school, or remember that time when, could be a sign that you both have grown apart and do not have much in common today that you can connect on. Edit. Thanks for the great responses. I'm an old and not used to so many great comments. Is it ridiculous to thank people for comments? Yes. Probably. I digress. I should have clarified I mentioned below that fondly reminiscing about the past. Crazy stories. Inside jokes, those are the foundation of any solid long-term friendship. It's when that is only the extent of your communication that I think it becomes a red flag. I look at it from this perspective. If you were to have an intimate discussion on your future hopes, goals, or just confiding in each other, would it feel forced, awkward, or just unnatural? If so, it's likely because you both can't relate to one another. That's when I think it's a red flag. Ops question is great. It's a red flag that most people ignore because it doesn't seem like a red flag until you really analyze and think about the depth of the conversation you are consistently having.